What's up? Wildrun's here, and today I have a very interesting video because I'm currently in an airport, but just watched the rest of US Women's, and wow, that was nearly a disaster for Kristin, nearly a disaster for many other players. Let's get into it. So this video is definitely going to be a little bit different because I cannot edit because I'm in an airport on my phone, and really all I can do is just talk to you, but I think it'll still be good. Alright, so starting off with Evelina Salonen, I think I didn't really foresee her to be so dominant in the final round, but I think she's definitely still faltering in those early rounds. And it definitely seems to be the case that consistency is just not her forte right now, because in round 3 she was 1 over, and then in the final round she was 6 under, and she's definitely playing phenomenal on those hot rounds, but I think she just needs to pull it together. Her putting, still pretty good. I mean, your bad round was 63%, circle 1, which is not great, but for Evelina Sanders, I think that's definitely on par with what she's kind of shooting for. And if she could get up to the 80s like she did the last week, then she definitely has a good chance to really pull through in the final part of the season. But overall, a 4th place finish for her is not bad whatsoever. And after Haley's phenomenal start, I thought she was probably going to win it, and that just was not the case with pretty bad weather conditions, super windy, super rainy throughout the entire tournament. She just kind of faltered, and she really wasn't even in the mix until the very last part of the final round, where she carded 5 birdies in the back 9. But overall, I would say this is just kind of what the Haley King I expect to see. Really good throws, some eagles, but just not the level of elite level play you have to have for these crazy conditions and crazy good competitors. So on to the top 3. We gotta definitely talk about Henna. I have to say she was looking like the champion. I thought she was better than Kristin by far. I thought she was on par with Haley on her good rounds. But then round 3, hole 18, she was already looking a little bit flustered before that. But hole 18, she just was not looking good at all. Hits first available and goes hard right, and plays from a disc that wasn't even her lie, and takes a quadruple bogey when she was in the lead by 2. And that is just recipe for choking a major, which I guess this isn't a major, but it feels like a major. And at that moment, I kind of was like, yeah, this is the Henna that like we kind of know, but I thought she was playing so confidently and so good that this really wasn't a concern for her. But it was definitely evident in the final round that she just is kind of that way at the moment. Her ability to hit those amazing lines and get really good turnovers and pretty good putts are pretty dependent on the fact that she needs to be confident about her game, very similar to Evelina. But she choked it and finishes 3rd, even though she had a great opportunity to take it down and make sure that Kristin was not a champion, but ultimately not the case. And then next up, Own the Dogs Goggins. I think she was definitely in the hunt, but no one ever really counted her in the mix because she was still kind of out of it. But knowing Own, she does not give up. She has a phenomenal final round and putts like crazy. With 11 birdies and a 92% C1, she is just dominant some rounds, and I thought she might have a chance to take it down, but she was just too far back, and ultimately finishes 2nd place. Still a phenomenal finish for somebody that is basically injured, shouldn't be playing, but just has that fight and knows that she may not have that many more seasons to play. So obviously everyone's rooting for you, Own. Great finish. But the GOAT remains on top. Kristin Tattar knocks it down, is still on track to get every major this year, and it really wasn't looking that good. She had +3 through like 4 holes in the first round, and I was kind of countering her out because, yes, she's the best, but some rounds and some tournaments just aren't yours, and I've definitely seen her falter. And honestly, this weekend wasn't the best weekend for her. She had phenomenal putts, 93% circle 1 for the entire weekend. I don't really think anyone is expecting that, even from MPO, with these crazy wind conditions, lots of rain. And these putts have such a crazy amount of elevation that I just don't know how you can knock these down. But her putt is just so smooth and dialed that she's not really worried about any like putts going way right, way left, or over. She just has it dialed. And even if she misses the fairway, hits first available a couple of times, goes OB, she still fights back. And that's actually what she mentioned in the interview. Just because things aren't going your way, still got to stay in the mix, still have to fight. And I think this is the epitome of what it takes to be a world-class champion. I don't think anyone's knocking her down. because she just has the fight in her, even when she's not playing the best. This isn't a great tournament for her, but she still wins, and I'm just totally kind of in shock because she's just amazing right now. And I don't think Paige Pierce in her prime could take her down. I think she's that good. But ultimately, what do you guys think? I'd love to hear about it. Also have some crazy stuff going on in the next 3 weeks, so make sure to check out my channel. But with that, Wild Runs signing out. Peace.